So it has been a minute since I've been on my YouTube channels. And I just want to make a couple of announcements or just say a couple of things. So, for one, thank you to all of my new subscribers who has come here from me doing the Amanda Rabb story alongside BJ Investigates or That Surprise Witness. I really appreciate you guys engaging in my platform and following me from BJ. I love her. She's still doing her thing. And I just want to say thank you to all the new followers, the organic supporters. About Amanda Rabb, recently I received an email from someone who is supposedly doing a docu-series on the Amanda Rabb story. There has not been any updates in what's been going on. As we all know, Lima Yurimovich has um, made the attempt to sue BJ Investigates. So I guess that's where everything has hit at this time. It hasn't been any updates that I have saw from BJ Investigates in regards to Amanda Rabb or any other new findings of Amanda Rabb. I myself have slowed down from creating content about Amanda Rabb, and there's a good reason for that. Um, I have been moving constantly back and forth. I have had my own personal issues that have been going on within my own personal life. Some good, some depressing, some sad. I lost my grandfather recently, who was like the only family member that I really claim any closeness to. He recently passed in the midst of me moving back and forth um, between cities, depending on like deciding on where I wanted to live. Also, there was a thing that I was going through with my child's father that was at an all time, it skyrocketed. I don't know what that situation was. I have more news, but I don't want to share that news just as yet. I also made a bigger purchase, which ugh, I purchased a new vehicle recently. And so with that, I've just been utilizing my time with that new venture. Even though I did have a vehicle at one point before, um, it wasn't a vehicle that I purchased in my own name. It was something that I received from someone out of like a courtesy, like a gift. And that car was like a lemon. Ended up the head gasket blew, and I had to basically sell it for junk. So for a while, I was without a vehicle. And now, this is something that I have accomplished on top of starting a business and, you know, owning an agency with this Bigo platform, doing things like that. I've even slowed down for Bigo. But this was something that I feel was like a big girl thing because of the way of how my life was growing up, how it was for me as an adolescent, how it was for me during my childhood, having a lot of traumas. Well, now in other news, what I decided to do was focus on my healing because I feel like my depression spiraled sporadically. My anxiety was through the roof. And with things that are going on besides all the good things that are going on, I constantly end up back into a trauma space, traumatized space because of me not being healed from so much trauma that I experienced as a child, as an adolescent, to a young adult, as an adult as well. So, um, given the circumstances of where I am at this point in time, I am seeking therapy. Now, I have sought therapy before, but they were not good. candidates. Like, they were not good counselors. It was two of them. They weren't good counselors. I got them from my job, which I'm still currently at, as you can see. I'm still currently at my same job. Still, even though, like I said, I'm not doing Bigo, I still own the agency on Bigo. I just have not been active on that part of social media. I actually have been active mostly on my TikTok, where I just create videos based on just how I'm feeling at the time, like just random stuff. It's not anything, I don't have a specific path of where I'm going with my TikTok. It's just my personality. So that's what I'm using my platform for. I talk about things that I feel is necessary for me to put my perspective on, and sometimes I just, make duets or whatever, or I just post a video myself, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But anyway, I have gained a nice tight knit following over there. Um, and so I mostly just spent my time on TikTok. I am taking a break from social media uh, in due time again. I've been taking so many breaks, so many breaks, so many breaks. But when I mean I'm taking a break, I mean as far as in scrolling through other people's content and living vicariously through those people. I'm going to start back creating content for myself. I feel that this is like a release type of thing for me because I will be starting back therapy. Now, this time, I do feel and believe that the therapist that I'm placed with, because I'm getting assistance through an organization, that I probably would be able to touch in more to my trauma and my triggers. Therefore, I will be able to acknowledge more of the things that I've experienced, as the reason as to why I have been just having mental breakdowns like no other, you know? Um, there's a lot that I want to talk about. I do want to get back on the Amanda Rapp story. I really, really, really want to bring that back up and continue to shed light on the tragic passing and the discovery of what truly happened to Amanda Rabb, in the hands of people that she trusted to aid her back to recovery. Because honestly, I see myself in Amanda Rabb because we go through things constantly. Our lives are a struggle, and we tend to try to find some brightness, a light. And Amanda was the light within her circumstances, even though she was on, drugs, addicted to drugs, and her life was in the streets. She still found time to shine. She found time to be a beacon of light, an essence of beauty. And I just loved exactly how she was, even though I know that there were some people that didn't understand who Amanda Rapp was, or they may have judged her. She didn't care about those things. And when she got on a path to try to start doing better for herself, unfortunately, it was taken away by people who had the wrong intentions by her. Similar to the same thing that we're seeing right now with this whole Shanquilla Robinson situation. I have not spoken on that incident, but it hits very close to home for me. And even though I have gone through a lifetime of feeling sad and sorry and bad for myself because I don't have real friends, or I don't have a group of people around me that I consider as support, or I don't have support, I'm starting to understand why there's nothing wrong. And it's most important for me to spend more time with myself, because you never know the people that you truly have around you. You never truly know what their true intentions are. You never know who these people truly are. And I can say that firsthand because I've experienced that just by trying to open up to be friends with people that I met on social media, and they truly wasn't who they said that they were. They pretended to be characters out of whatever story that they wanted to be. And then, I ended up getting, hurt in the end, adding more trauma onto things that I already wasn't healed from. And now I'm thankful. Even though it's unfortunate that Shanquilla has lost her life, I'm thankful to have witnessed this exact incident, because the only people that are able to hurt you are the ones that are able to have the closest access to you. That's what we are seeing. So, with that, Um, like I said, I want to come back and start talking about things that have directly affected me, even if it has something to do with what's going on through social media. Um, but I do want to start recording myself, recording videos of my journey and things that I'm going through and experiencing and how I am elevating from those things, because I am elevated for those things from those things. And I have a really big announcement for everybody, but I don't want to share it right now. Right now is not the right time to share that. Um, Sorry, I just got an email from my job. I don't want to share that information right now. Reason being is because there are energies out there that have been waiting on me to come back out to see what it is that I had to say, like where I've been, what's been going on. Now, there's some people who are like, "Hey, kids, where you been? Where you been going on?" I mean, if you follow me on other social medias, then you already know. But for those who don't and only are, you know, tuning in to just this channel, some people who have good intentions for me are looking for me. Some people who have bad intentions are looking for me. And I feel that I just want to be in a safe space first and like have where my energy is worked on, and I know that um I'm impenetrable, because even though I say I'm impenetrable a little bit, sometimes I be a little affected. I be on my ego a little bit now. I'll be on my ego a little bit now, and I'm back with the bonnet. I know Lima, I know you was talking about my bonnet and calling it a shower cap, but let me tell you something about this bonnet, okay? This bonnet saves lives, honey. I need to let you know. I know you can't put your hair, the straw that you call hair on top of your head up in a bonnet, because it's not gonna really do too much, because it's already flat and dead. It's no life into it already, but this is life. This gives life. So maybe I'll do some bonnet series, since that was such a discussion with Lima Harimovich. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that lady name, but Lima Urimovich. And it was making fun of my bonnet, calling it a shower cap. Maybe I'll do some shower cap chronicles. But don't get my timer wrong, Lima. Okay? Don't let the bonnet fool you, honey. Cause I serves. I serve. I see, I wanted to talk about something because I started thinking to go outside. This is going outside myself though. I started thinking and seeing how people who do um like social media videos and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, I love me some Snapchat filters. But I see a lot of people on TikTok using filters to like contour their faces and stuff like that and makeup. I'm not one of them girls. Okay. Now I do use it on Snapchat, but it's just because I love the filters of Snapchat, like the little cute little filters. But other than that, when I'm live on TikTok or I'm live on Instagram, social, I can't do the filters. I just can't. It just makes me just not look like who. Listen, this is who I am. I have to love who I am and embrace who I am. Nonetheless, regardless, I'm gonna be talked about whether I'm in a good position. I'm gonna be talked about whether I'm in a bad position. I'm gonna be talked about whether I got 30 inches of hair on my head and some $600 nails. I'm gonna be talked about if I ain't got no hair on my head and no this. So it really, like, who am I appeasing? Like, who am I appeasing at this point? Because I can't please nobody. Like, people gonna talk about me when I'm good. They're gonna talk about me when I'm bad. They're gonna talk about me when I'm indifferent. It does not matter. So bonnet, no bonnet, I'm just gonna be me. And that is what you guys are gonna see. You guys are gonna see me continually being me. But also, I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video. I received an email from some guy, some guy from a Brazilian TV show. Brazilian? Was it Brazil? I don't know if it was Brazil. But they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to speak on the incident with Amanda Rabb. Also, I wanted to say something about that because I know I went on and on and on. What you all do not understand, and why I was so highly like involved in becoming the voice for Amanda Rapp was because from start to finish, when people was not paying attention to Mark Lata's show, I was paying attention. Okay, I met some really good people in the comments from watching Mark Lata's channel, Soft White Underbelly. Amanda's story touched so many people. Amanda's story was so inspirational to people. I watched her from start to finish. So there were some things that I had already known, knowledgeable about from the Amanda Rapp story because yes, the timeline was crazy from the time that she started to interview with Mark Lata to the time of her passing. And I did not know that if you paid close attention to some of the things that Lima Jovanovic was saying, that she was confessing to them using extreme ways of rehabilitation with Amanda Rapp. And the thing about it was that you got to be careful because people tell you who they are directly and we don't believe them because of the way that they present themselves. See, Lima presented herself like she was coming in, and then you have her father, Amanda's father, that just came in, and you got Mark Lata behind the camera pushing the narrative. So to us, the people watching, we were like, finally, gratefully, hopefully, Amanda's gonna get the help that she needs. But a lot of us knew that Amanda was not crazy. And with my journey that I've been on with self-awareness, doing shadow work, and all of these things, people who have what is considered as mental health issues, it is just basically an overfluctuate of being able to see what the eyes can't see and them not being able to either control it or understand it or both. And that's what it is. But see, in interviews that are missing, like the one where Amanda was saying the guy behind the camera is making me feel like he is upset with me and he's mad at me because I'm saying what I'm saying. And Mark later says, I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset with you. That interview is missing, as well as this awkward individual coming out, which I forgot his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about, with the curly hair guy coming out proclaiming love for Amanda, and he came out of nowhere. He was nowhere around. And the fact that the timelines are just so crazy when it comes to Lima's insertion into the recovery of Amanda Rapp and Mark Lata bringing her in and the way that he's driving the narrative. If it was not for BJ Investigates, if it wasn't for her actually pulling out the facts and letting us know that her death was not the way that Lima said she died, we would not be able to question her motives in being involved with Amanda's recovery. And then not even that. If you pay close attention, a lot of people have the same type of ties to the way that they're trying to virtually rehabilitate some of these people. When she mentioned about Dr. Phil, do y'all know that Dr. Phil has been exposed as not even being a doctor? He's not even a real doctor. He was first issued on, I think it was Oprah Winfrey's show, if I'm not mistaken, and Oprah was the one who actually helped him to get his show because he was considered what you say is a love doctor or a love relationship expert. That's what Dr. Phil was. Then we have all these other people that came out and spoke out about Dr. Phil and the way that he actually deals with and exploits some people that are actually like experiencing mental health issues or mental health behaviors or behavior issues, how he's dealing with these people and exploiting these people, but constantly they are silenced. Constantly, when this first gets some noise, the media always shuts it down. And I wonder why. Then, after they're talking about virtual reality, Bad Baby comes out to say what she's actually experienced or witnessed during her time at one of Dr. Phil's rehab facilities. We know Lima Yurimovich has tried to get Bam Margera and several different other celebrities, as well as being involved with Amanda Rapp in this virtual reality type of therapy. We got Metaverse coming out. And then they talk about the Matrix and all of these things that are coming out together. And when we stop putting attention on those things, when we stop making noise on those things, when we allow those things to silently go away, like how they're trying to do the whole Balenciaga campaign with the pedophilia of the children, what happens is people forget. And then that's how they're able to continue their way through being little mice and rats and continually driving the agenda that they're attempting to drive. Now we got Metaverse coming out, all these virtual reality, and I've experienced one of those things. I actually take my children out to like theme parks and stuff like that, and everywhere I go they have these little virtual reality like gaming things, and you cannot tell that it's not real. It does not seem that you're not for real dealing with what you are seeing within that gaming system. So I could only imagine with all of the things that are coming out, these deep fakes and deep states and all the stuff that is coming out, I can only imagine what's in store for us in the upcoming years, especially with so much that has been brought to the forefront. Even with this whole the Republicans investigating Biden, the and the Biden administration because of Hunter Biden's laptop and his involvement with certain things. And some people are sitting there saying, "Oh, only the Republicans are investigating. Only the Democrats was investigating Trump. It doesn't make a difference if his son was involved. They want to see if Biden actually was compromised." I get it. I understand. So with all these things that are coming out, being talked about, Project Bluebeam, and just so many things that's being talked about, you got to understand that there's a possibility that we have hit a rabbit hole with Lima Yurimovich, Mark Laita, Dr. Phil, and all of them, of things that they are doing to people, just like how back in the day when they were taking people who were homeless or hitchhikers or people that they felt wasn't missed. They were taking them, serial killers were taking them and killing them off because they felt like no one cared enough about them. They did not have a voice. They did not have any support. People who wasn't really checking in to see if they were okay. Now you got a group of people who are homeless on the street dealing with substance abuse or dealing with mental issues or something like that. They're not in contact with their family done forgot about them, let it go, because maybe they done tried time and time again to help these people out, but of course they got their own life that the system is keeping them focused on, that they can't focus enough on making sure they keep up with where their family are. And all of these people are going missing. These children, these women are going missing. Every single day you could go online and you can see and hear something about a person being, unalived, the person being gone missing, and they can't find out who's the person that, took them away or killed them or whatever. Especially with the fact that we got so much technology. I just don't believe that. However, what I'm saying is that is what is possibly, potentially, or allegedly happening when it comes to them experimenting on people for this virtual reality. Right? And this has been going on for years. So we cannot let things like this die down. I want to get back on speaking about Amanda Rapp. It's been a few months. Things have been died down about it, but I want to get back on speaking about that. I'm a person who has to make sure that I'm mentally stable enough to be able to even engage. Because if I'm not wrapped too tight, I'm sorry, that's not funny, but if I'm not wrapped too tight, nothing's gonna come out properly. Nothing's gonna come out good. Nothing's gonna come out okay. And so I have to make sure that I'm okay to have the capacity to even start to provide any information or any knowledge in regards to, findings and things that I've been going through and coming into and understanding. There was somebody that reached out to me about Amanda Reb too, who was very close to her, who had a family member that was close to her. I want to talk about that too, because they reached out to me and they gave me some information that there's more interviews out there that Mark Laita has not released. Okay. Let's not I apologize. Let's not get too distracted, okay? Because we know, as we are hearing, this is the age of Aquarius, and a lot of veils that have been put over our eyes. We are in the knowing. We are in the sea. 2020, like they said, 2020 was the start of unveiling and us getting our vision and our sight back. A lot of people are moving into spirituality and out of religion. And even if they are in religion, even if people are religious and still believe in Christ or believe in Allah, whatever, they are understanding that there's something that's not right with some of the ways of the word of God that they've been taught. And they're still moving into a more spiritualistic way, even though they still may believe that this is the way of life. It's by faith of God, by faith of Jesus Christ through his son, even still. Because before, having a conversation with people about Jesus, they got highly offended if I told them I didn't believe in Jesus. However, now I'm hearing a lot of people who are trying to explain to me about Jesus Christ and this and that, and I tell them, hey, listen, I go directly to source. I don't go through a middleman to get through the actual I go, if I made in his image, I should be able to have a conversation with him just like Jesus Christ was able to do. And a lot of them are like, hey, I don't have a problem with that. It is what it is. I respect that, just like you respect me. So, we are coming into an age of where we are actually moving into unification with each other, which is a good thing. This is why I'm not one of those people. I will observe. I will speak my opinion about it if I see something that is wrong. But I'm not one of those people who is on religion and on race and all that other type of stuff, all that judgment and, oh, because you're white, oh, because you're this, oh, because you. No, we're not doing that. We are all people. We are all one, and we come together and we unify together, and we correct our shit together. Excuse me. And we correct our shit together. We have a better chance at fighting the powers that be, right? So, and one of them are trying to mind control us, just like they tried to mind control Amanda Rabb, just like they try to use the media to mind control everybody. They say Kanye West is mind controlled and all this other type of stuff. But who are the people that are really in control? Because who are the people that are able to make this system run the way that it runs? It ain't us. They done showed us that before. It ain't us. We don't have the authority. We don't have the means to be able to drive the system the way we want it to be drove. However, we can. We can. If we start moving the way that we're supposed to move, that we are supposed to move as a people, as a connected, collective, energetic beings. We can, and it's coming. But there's some work that has to be done. It's a lot of karmic debt that has to be paid, and it's a lot of people that's going to have to be pushed out. It's a lot of things that's going to have to be reset, and that's where we are right now. And so that's the reason as to why, I want to make sure that I'm at my most authentic, my most honest, so that these things can come to me. I'm not one to try to go looking for these things. This came to me. The Amanda Rabb situation came to me, and I did my due diligence as bringing as much light to it as I possibly could, and I wasn't done. I just started to go through some things and experience some really low vibrational things that made me have to take a step back and focus on myself, because I was focused on way too many other things outside of myself, and it caused me to go into a fury of a depression and just like a lot of different things, and I had to focus on myself. But I'm back now, and I wanted to let you all know that I have not forgot about in this situation, and that us as a people, we're going to be the ones to be able to seek justice for not only Amanda Rabb, but other people out there that are like Amanda Rabb, that does not have a voice, that tried and attempted to use their voice and was shut down because they was not in a position to be able to be heard properly how they needed to be heard. No one really believed them because not only are they looking at their state of mind, but they're looking at their state of being and what position that they're in, and they're judging them. And they're judging them, not knowing that at any time you can become Amanda Rabb. You can have a mental break so goddamn bad and be influenced into taking drugs and not being able to control your mental state of mind and end up like her. Don't think that it's not going to be able to happen to you. Don't think that what happened to Shanquella Robinson can't happen to you. Don't think that for one moment and for 1 second, you wouldn't be experiencing or find yourself witnessing someone experiencing. Because even if you are witnessing it, you're still going through it. You are energetically aligned with witnessing it. You attracted it for some odd reason. And that emotionally can affect you. So don't act like it could never happen to me. We know that's not true. So we all got to start sticking together. Black, white, aliens, extraterrestrials, it doesn't matter. As long as you have the good intentions for humanity. I don't know. I almost said reptilians, but there's a reason why I said that. We'll come back onto that. But I know a lot of people ain't gonna understand that because they got this whole thing about reptiles and shapeshifts and all this other stuff. But we'll talk about it. It's a lot that I have been coming into, y'all. So I'm excited to get back out there and start talking about some of these things. However, we all have to unify together because we all are one. We are one with everything that is. There's nothing, period. Everything that is, period. All right. So, that's all I really wanted to say. And then after, like, things get more better for me, my circumstances, my position, everything, I start my therapy and get out, I will announce the biggest surprise that I have for y'all. But thank you guys for following me, and we'll be back shortly, very soon. But I might do a little bit of stuff in between, and you'll see me. Like, I'm in my car sliding now, so we'll be doing some other stuff. Anyway, let me go, y'all, because I always try to have a long-winded ending. Peace.